on from the previous video where I walked through what Facebook Conversion API was and these notes, kind of explaining line by line what's going on there. I might make another video related to the support documentation. It talks about the Conversion API gateway and how to essentially turn it into a first-party cookie solution. And so I did that in my setup, so I'll just show you the setup. And then obviously we have event parameters, which is pretty cool. And we also have customer information parameters, so we can add things. This whole list, really. So there's quite a bit going on here, and there's a ton of different ways for you to understand who that person is as they come into your website, even if they didn't come from Facebook, right? So I compile the data, send it over to Facebook, let Facebook tell me and parse up the data at that point, and then send back to Facebook. So this person could have originated from a TikTok link in bio click, Instagram link in bio click, a blog post, an email, whatever. All this information can be made available when they take that action, and depending on where they land with the link click itself. But essentially, you can get better data into Facebook regardless of where the traffic source is from. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a quick example. This is the Conversion API gateway partner integration, and it shows you some of the event names. So I've got it set up so that whenever someone interacts with my Calendly embed, I can see that, and I can see page views. I can also see some scrolls. Not really useful, but it's an automatic event. I always thought that form submits and form starts are interesting. So to look at the difference between those two, you realize it is probably worth capturing the the handful of people who submitted a form or started a form but didn't submit, clicks, and then we got some other stuff. This is for data layer information that I'm setting up, so I'm experimenting with that. But we also have a deeper look, and that's what you probably care about. So I'm going to show this, and this is for yesterday. I can actually just go for the past 7 days. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can see when you hover here that there's a via browser and via Conversion API, because I'm collecting information from both. Everywhere that says multiple, and it has a event match quality. So if I scroll and hover over here, you can pause this and take a read there, and you can kind of see what event match quality is and why it matters, and how it's used, calculated, et cetera, et cetera. So this is worth knowing about and considering. You can see I have a good rating on most of these. One's great. So if someone submits a form, I have a really high chance of capturing information about them, which makes a lot of sense. But the interesting thing is this. If I click on this button and I go to the event overview, I can see how many events I had going on. And then I'm also going to be able to go to devices, and I can see what devices people were using when they viewed a page. So remember, again, I can't really see what's happening with iOS. However, I can see what's happening with iOS because in this situation, I have Conversion API. So I can see 5 different sessions from a mobile phone that's iOS enabled that I previously might not have been able to see at all because it is iOS, right? And remember that there's that ask not to track, that block, that inherent bias towards iOS users, even though several people have iOS phones. Probably most people have iOS phones that are going to, purchase things online, I would imagine. That's always interesting. So we also have the quality, and they break this down. These are all things that we're pulling from that person's interaction. So their IP address, the user agent, their browser ID, and their click ID. There's also some formatting requirements for all that. But this is interesting stuff because you can see that there's event deduplication that happens on the back end. We'll go through that once there's data that's actually available here. So stay tuned for additional videos where we talk about that. But then you can kind of see it pretty plain as day. There wasn't a whole lot going on previously. And then I officially did this on the 13th, and that's when the data started to increase, the amount of information we have going into Facebook from the conversion API itself. Now, that's really interesting and that's pretty strong, but the conversion API backend looks something like this. So you can read these things. So pause this and you can read about advanced matching if you don't already know. And you can talk about, you can see login ID for advanced matching. Both things I have on just so I can pull more information about that person if they've interacted with Facebook. You can see my success rate is at 100% right now, and it shows you the event types as well as the count. And this is all based on the conversion API side of things. This is just last updated, and then we have it here. So for me, this is a no-brainer. It's really powerful. I can go last 7 days. I had it on last hour. And then in this back end, I'm not going to show you all the nuts and bolts because they're sensitive information, but I have it set up so that my website collects this on a first-party cookie data standpoint. I'm available to help people set this up, obviously. So please don't hesitate. There's going to be links and things like that around in the description and such for you to book a call. But the easy way to do it is just go to fixyourtracking.com and sign up. I'll reach out for a free audit 9 times out of 10 until I run out of space for the free audits. But I highly encourage you to do that. And you can have your system looked at and seen if we can make some adjustments that allow you to have this exact same setup. So let me know. That's all I got for this one. All right, bye.